Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. He had dreamed of equal rights for people of all races. He worked hard to make that dream come true. For a long time, African Americans did not have the same rights that white Americans had. Dr. King believed that everyone should have the same rights and the same opportunities. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. Back then, the laws said African American children had to go to different schools than white children. So Martin Luther King Jr. went to a school in Atlanta for African American children. He didn't understand why schools were separate. Separating people because of their race is called segregation. Martin Luther King Jr. and some other brave people decided to change things. They worked together to end segregation. The work they did is called the Civil Rights Movement. Civil rights are all the rights that all citizens have. The law said African Americans and white Americans had to be separate in other places, too. In many cities, there were separate drinking fountains, restrooms, and swimming pools. African Americans had to sit in a different part of a movie theater and buses. Whites got to sit in the front, while African Americans had to stay in the back. Dr. King spent his whole life working for equal rights for everyone. He believed that violence was wrong. He followed the ideas of a man named Gandhi, who lived in India. Gandhi believed the best way to change things was to do it peacefully. Dr. King wrote books. He led marches in many cities where African Americans did not have equal rights. He gave speeches to protest, to disagree strongly with unfair laws. He never used violence, but he was put in jail many times. Many people called him terrible names, and some even tried to hurt him and his family. It was dangerous to try to change unfair laws. Dr. King did it anyway because he knew it was the right thing to do. In 1968, he was shot and killed by a man who did not want things to change. We remember Martin Luther King Jr. for his courage, his honor, and his belief in freedom and equal rights for everyone.